till the lights go down, 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 till the lights go down, down, down. I've been feeling alright. I've been taking.
Hey, what's going on? This is going to be a very, very special episode.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time coming.
So, I'm Carlos Puckering. I mean, you guys have seen me on the SOSS quite a bit, Success Saturdays. I got my good friend and business associate, Brandon King, here with me. So, first of all, a man without the sauce is lost, but the same man can get lost in the sauce. So, we've been friends for quite a while.
Before, like, anything was...
Yeah, before there was any business.
No.
And so today's particular topic is, building a business, some of the trials and tribulations that you go through, and what specifically, there's two things that made me want to do this episode with you. One of them, well, right now we're in that kind of political voting season here in Canada, and I've been talking to people a lot about politics and what they believe, the different governments have to offer us, because I believe that the government should work for us. So it should be what they have to offer us.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was talking to this guy and he said to me, owning a business is a privilege. And it kind of threw me off a lot. And then I thought about you. I'm like almost right away.
Yeah.
I thought about you. We just recently finished a training program that we did. And we talked a lot during that training process. Those were some of the best conversations I've had over the course of the last few months, right?
Well, in the same time, tell them why. We're here now. Just tell them why.
Because when you're a business owner, there's certain conversations that you can't have with people. I won't say like regular people, men, women. I won't classify those people as anything. But there's certain conversations that you can't have because perception becomes reality. And what you have to do in business in order to survive, some people might not necessarily understand. Or they would get a misconstrued version of your character based on what you do to create jobs for people and have service that you can actually provide for people. So I had some questions that I put together for you in particular because, like I said, we go way back.
Before we get into the questions,
yep.
I'll be true to who it is. Like, one of the things that made those conversations so great is because of my inability to bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
No, you can say that, because I say bullshit all the time.
Okay,
you've opened the floodgate for bullshit, by the way.
I just can't. I can't, even to myself, I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah.
One of the things, the way I said is, when I want to do my gardening, I don't ask my mechanic. And some people, they, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Like, I love you, Mom, I love you, Aunt, but you don't know about financing, business structures, invoices, and all the things that keep a regular business going. Now, if I want to know what Kanye's doing, I have my Kanye West friends. I have my, you know what I mean? What's going on at work friends. But, and like I told you, when I said there, people thought I was crazy. I'm probably going to be the easiest client you ever had, because all I want to do is pay for a routine and be around someone that understands exactly what I'm going through. There's different conversations that I have in a day where I end up on the frustrated end because I'm trying to push a point to someone that I shouldn't even be talking to that about. And that's my fault.
I really, really appreciate two things you just said right there. And this has nothing to do with the questions at all whatsoever. You threw me off, and I knew you were going to do it, make this episode longer than it is. But see, we were talking about, and this is part of the question, so I'm not going to give it all the way out. Okay. But it's when you have those conversations, almost with, like you said, with people that you shouldn't, because the time that you allot for people, or the time that you give to people, is time you're never going to get back. And actually, a friend of mine said to me the other day, they were like, listen, man, stop arguing with people about stuff that they're not even going to understand. They're not going to be in the mindset to be able to understand it. So, like, you remember that old Jay-Z line, don't argue with fools, because people from a distance can't tell who is who.
No, that's probably one of those truest statements that I don't think people understand at all. Like, for anything, whether it's, apple pie versus blueberry pie, Coke versus Pepsi. I'm one of those people. I like Burger King cheeseburgers and McDonald's fries.
No,
all day about that.
And I know exactly what you mean, because you have to know, I'm actually going to use that kind of metaphorically to say the friends that you choose, because you might get something from that friend that this friend doesn't give you, but you get something from this friend that all of your friends should be adding value. It's what a friendship is. A friendship, a relationship. Any ship
well, they sink or they go, right? And the destination depends on what you put on You know, whether you bog it down with too much weight or you don't put enough gas in your ship. That's the distance you go, right? So, like, one of the
that
things...
was good. You're good.
Well, one of the things I was thinking about in the car, because I actually, you know, one of the things is I think about what I think about.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Think about what you're thinking.
All
What
the
are you
time.
thinking about? Do you think
Right.
about what you're thinking about?
I thought about what I was going to say here. And it's funny because one of the things that makes our relationship so funny is when we were younger,
Yeah.
when we were single, mom, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
unconfident, you look like you look, and I did like I look. And we were just different people. We weren't even the same.
Listen, I had a side-by-side the other day, side note, and I
Yeah.
said, look at this. This is two
Who is that
different
guy?
people.
I wouldn't even hang with those guys.
Not
In
at
fact,
all. I wouldn't hang with. I wouldn't hang out with my old self.
We walk right past us.
Yes.
And the funniest thing is, when we were at parties, I barely ever did go to house
Yep,
parties. I
yep.
did everybody, but you never see me there.
Me either, but
When we
did.
met up, we would be the two guys having a private conversation away.
Yeah.
Then when we grew up, we had a private session away. Now that we're adults, we're sitting in front of a screen having a private session away.
Okay.
You know?
With that being said, I'm going to jump right into it. Who is Brandon King? That's my first question for you. Who, you know, because everybody has characteristics. And I know yours is complex. Give me like 2-3 minutes. Who's Brandon King?
Brandon King's a father now.
Yeah. Good. I like that.
He used to be a bunch of things, but primarily he's a father.
Yep.
That's my number one role.
Yep.
And I embrace that. My daughter has changed me, saved me, in all the appropriate ways.
Yeah, yeah. And we talked about that during, you know, a
Yeah.
lot of sessions. It was,
Yeah.
you know, I told you my son saved my life.
Oh, I mean, and that...
Because I wasn't really, you know, so I tell him all the time, by the way, you saved my life.
I didn't
okay.
even want to have kids, to be gone with that.
Hey, it is what it is.
I'm just blessed that I got to have kids with someone that I actually shared feelings with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A lot of people don't have that, and that goes into everything.
That's a big man statement, just so you know.
And I mean, and I got my fiance watching and family watching. I speak my truth,
yeah.
right? And
but I mean, you know, like sharing feelings. This is not something that an undeveloped character or an undeveloped emotional individual can express. They can't say shared feelings.
Did you know how to do that when you were 12?
Not at all.
16 or 20? No, because
I was damn near told not to share feelings.
I was actually told not to. Disciplined for it. I wasn't allowed to cry at home. People think that I'm a hard person, and that's another thing. People think that because I act like nothing bothers me, that nothing bothers me.
Bro, listen, we grew up similar, and that's why we're actually very, very close. And I was literally told, stop crying. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I gotta stop crying.
Brandon is a survivor.
Yeah.
Brandon's a fighter. Brandon's a friend.
Okay.
Brandon's
true,
a
that's
human
true.
being too. Like, you know, people seem to forget that I'm a human. Like, I'm not perfect. I love being right. It's because I work at it.
Yep.
When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong.
Yep.
Not maybe right away because I'm a human.
But that's the point of saying Brandon King is a human.
Straight up.
Okay, so with all those amazing attributes, and I love the fact that you touched on the fact that you're not perfect.
No.
You make mistakes.
No.
You're constantly learning, but you want to be right.
I
And these
really
are all
love being
things
right.
that people should strive to do.
But they do. The difference is, and not to get off topic.
Yeah.
I'm viewed as an aggressive type. When
Yeah.
people see me, like, there's like soft, coarse sandpaper, then there's Brandon King. You know
And I don't know why people look at me or you like, because people do it. They're like, oh, that Carlos guy.
If you got time for a question, I'll tell you. It's because of the speaking of the truth.
Yeah.
It's part of the personal development that is absolutely the most primary point in business development, personal development, becoming a parent, even having enough strength to get up and get out of bed. Like, that's a task.
Yeah, it is.
And being such a confident person, this last year I turned 38 in May.
Okay.
I always try to do a personal development on my birthday, not New Year's Eve.
Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Appreciate it. It's coming up on Monday.
Okay. It's coming. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
in the house.
all right.
But I've taken for granted the ability to self-motivate, and be confident. Like,
And be self-aware. Self-awareness is a whole different thing.
even when you're down, though, I'm aware. You got to be aware when you're down because you're affecting other people, and people don't take that in. My coin for that, you can have this one. Everyone wants to be sensitive, but they're not sensitive. You did? Because like,
everybody wants you to have sensitivity.
Cut somebody off in the store. Let someone, like I just now, cut someone's sentence off.
No,
They'll be mad as hell.
Exactly.
But then what they do?
The exact same thing.
Worse.
Okay. So what's your why? What motivates you? Because I know you just said you're a father. I feel like that's probably one of your, at this point, that's probably one of your major whys. I mean, you spend a lot of time listening to Eric Thomas. And that what's your why really hit me so hard when I first heard it. I know it hit you pretty hard too. So what is your number one why, or what are your whys?
In the spirit of speaking my truth, my why used to purely be spite.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I believe.
So your gas was spite, like you were running, you were pedal to the metal on spite.
I can't even, and I think people need to be honest with this. Like,
define spite though, just so people don't get it differently.
I'm talking chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like because you know, I've had people like you gas me up. My best friend Dennis, one of my best friends, Dennis Smith.
That's my homie.
Chris Dubbs tell me like, bro, you're one of the smartest people in the room. Whether this gas me up or not, I start believing that. So when I would give my opinion in a room,
you should believe that.
And I mean, but that's an opinion, right? So I can't make people think that too. So when they don't match my opinion, my mom used to say, Brandon, not everybody thinks like you, so you can't judge them on their processing unit. Like, if I'm in a K car, I can't get mad if a Lamborghini keeps whooping on me.
So now, when I said to you earlier, and this is something that I thought about when me and Chris were talking one day, I said everybody's got default settings that you come with. That's the factory settings. Then you get the custom settings. As you get older, if you are not going into your options or your settings and they're not starting to become custom settings, then you got a problem. Like, you're not self-aware. So, so you were purely driven on spite.
Purely driven on spite.
Okay.
And then I became a father.
Yep.
I became a better boyfriend. I became a better human.
You think that just made you more compassionate and see things outside of what your mom had said to you? Like, people don't always see things. Because that's one of my huge downfalls. I'm being honest with you. Like, when we're talking about self-awareness, like, I expect people to understand my point of view, but it's not always easily understood, especially without the improper explanation.
I would love to say I've always been that polished.
Yeah.
But I would be lying.
Okay.
I mean, I've always aspired to be that, but
okay.
I'm like, watch Nori. I was King Petty for a minute.
Yeah.
Me, 50 Cent, Puffy.
Yeah.
Like, petty.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't say anything. Like, you hurt my feelings in 1988.
And now I'm going hard. And I'm not going to lie, because I mean, based on Petty and Spite, I got pretty far on Petty and Spite. Like, I was just trying to prove people wrong.
Why did you get fit, Carlos?
A whole bunch of different.
Because you didn't want to what?
Yeah. Well, no, there was a whole bunch of different. I can give you like.
Yeah.
There was some spite in there. All right, so I ain't got no reason to lie.
And that's why we love each other, because.
And that's why I like winners and winning. But anyway,
right.
That's something,
And it goes with that, because the people that get kicked down, like, hey, listen, I love everybody. Like, get down. You can have a bad day. You can come to me for a pity party.
You can have a bad
tomorrow,
yeah.
when I talk to you, if you don't have a solution, you don't have the same complaint lane. And
you don't have the same attention from my ear. Bro. Anyway, what made you, especially with those self-motivated things that you mentioned, and then, you're wise, and I still believe that you as a father now, that's a huge why for you, because I see the drive in you based on your family values, and I think that's amazing. Yeah. But what made you want to start your own business?
Be honest with you, I've always had a major, well, anybody that knows me knows I'm obsessed with information. I'm like Jeopardy. I got most information that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening is I start watching people, like, when they say the dark days, like, people think it was something, like, they were, no information.
No information.
And like, hey, I want to compete with the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, put the best in front of me. If I lose out there, I'm not going to dunk on a bunch of kindergarten kids. So basically what ended up happening is I was watching people get taxed because they didn't know better. Ignorance isn't bliss, like not knowing, right? Broomball devils.
But we believe a lot of those cliches because we don't understand them to their truths. But anyway.
Yeah, like, well, the Broomball Devils, I work in the ring for the city. What ended up happening, I'm not going to throw names out, but the organization that first believed in my idea, besides you, we'll get into it later, they were doing an event, a bunch of volunteers spent a lot of money on a product. And I told you about this. And we
hadn't talked about that for a while,
They had this look on their face, they felt defeated because it took away from the other things they could do for the kids.
Okay.
And it was just because they were in a position. And I mean, without getting into other politics, I can understand that to my core, like being in a situation you can't get out of where the rules don't match for you and you can't succeed. So
I know something similar to that.
Okay, so without getting too much into it, so I took a personal issue with this, and I walked up to these people and I said, now listen, if you believe in me and you trust me, if I create a business by this time next year that will allow you to do the same thing and save money, would you be involved? They did it, I did it, and...
But see, that's what made you smart. See, I don't even know if it was your lack of information or your need for information or a combination of the two that made you go... let me just throw this out there, right? Like it just.
What did your tattoo say, Carlos?
Well, which one?
What did your tattoo? The 16 laws. Like, what is that?
48 laws. I got the 48 laws. You know,
that's part of me.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's some specific laws. You know what I mean?
And when you read the laws, everything just goes. Like, you don't need to be told where the bathroom is. There's a sign you walk in the door.
And not to just because I don't want to lose 10 viewers right here, but it's just like when you read the Quran or the Bible, you take from it the law. Okay, whatever your religion is, I don't care, but you take from it the law, and it usually doesn't steer you too far from what you need to be really focusing on.
Without even losing religion, as an adult, I'll even touch on that without getting too deep.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I questioned everything.
Yeah.
Like, I realized that at 30 years old, I had only read the Bible to the point that it made sense to me as far as someone told me.
Or for what you wanted it to
or for what someone else wanted me to interpret as.
Exactly.
So I went and read it.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it's a large part of what we do.
Yes, Chris, like a lot of the time, dude, I was just like, for like a good 6 months, I just did never not have my Bible. Because there was so many things happening to me.
But the Torah, the Quran, and whatever else I get
explained it all, but it explained it all to me.
It's reference. How are you going to sit there and say, like, if I walked outside right now and said, everybody duck bullets and no one's shooting, they're not going to duck. They're not going to grab umbrellas if they don't see rain.
Exactly.
They're going to wait till they get rain.
Exactly.
Last minute information, so I'm just
trying to be prepared ahead of time.
Shoot.
What's the best thing you see to this day about being a business owner?
Oh man, I could do that, but most simply, control. Like
That's I love that. I love that you said that.
It's the truth.
What do you want to control? Because you should want to control things. People at home that may be doing this, you should want to control the things. I put a post up the other day that said, the power to let go of what you cannot control, I said to control the things that, basically, control what you can, and what you can't, just let it go. But you should be controlling
everything that you can. And you find out, like literally, like, and that sounds whatever, because if you don't plan to, you plan to fail.
Well, that's the convenience cost thing. Shout out to, hey, by the way, we'll plug it at the end, but this guy's business actually created this flex shirt for me, the convenience cost shirt, and that goes into what that means. I mean,
but flat out, how many times did I think that I was ready to do what I wanted to do with that product, and you weren't ready for it, regardless of what I saw? Now, we've been friends forever. And
exactly.
And that's just what it is, and I didn't take personal. Now, there's people that would take that and be like, man, Carlos did this, and this. And then people would see me like, oh, you saw this, you they would see me at the gym like, Carlos is this and this. I'm like, listen.
Yeah.
There's a
and
reason.
It doesn't even affect you.
No.
It doesn't even affect you the way it's affecting them.
No, because it's a teachable moment, because I know that when it's done, the conversations that we had, like the first thing I said to you when we get in, I was like, dogs, people don't understand this. And we laughed like hell.
And we've been laughing like that ever since that day. Yeah. That's actually why we're sitting here right now. And that's where convenience costs. It's like, I could want to do things the easy way, right? That's going to cost me.
Let's just get into that topic then, because how hard was it? Like, people think that I'm just out here flipping shirts. Like, come on. Like,
when I first started in that particular business, first of all, it's a very, very competitive market.
Yes.
Super tough. You got to be niche. You got to be the hardest working for anybody. And then it's almost like war. You got to start plotting territory and really getting in everybody's face and letting them know what you got. And that's what you're not afraid to do. And that's what makes you successful. But you said controls what made you want to start a business. And I love that answer, by the way.
Yeah.
But what's the worst thing about being a business owner? Right after the best thing, what are some of the Doug? Because
the doubt bothers me.
Okay.
The doubt that, like, anyone that's known me for 20 years that doesn't, they doubt me sometimes based on their own doubt, because we were just talking on the way in.
Don't be giving me your doubt. You know how I am.
Jesus said it best. Don't try to judge me based on what you can't do. And that hey, like, I can't jump, I can't run fast. Don't ask me to run a race.
Yeah.
If you want me to do your books, I get it done. You know what I mean?
This is really, really funny, because the other day Chris came to me and said, we got this crazy Google rating, and usually I get upset about my ratings and stuff like that, right? And it was from this guy named Angry Canadian, and he had so your name is Angry Canadian, and I'm just putting it on blast. Your name is Mr. Angry Canadian, and you just so happen to be putting up an angry comment about me personally, but I don't know who you are. I used to take those things like grain of salt. Where's Mr. A? I'm showing up. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, Angry Canadian is angry at so many different other things. I know it has nothing to do with me, and really my work ethic more than anything is actually what's bothering this individual, not myself personally. Okay, I know that for a fact. So what are some of the worst things about owning a business? Because people think it's all gravy. Like, people are like, you own a business now? You own a business now?
My Friday issue. Pressure. I had like my mom died. My mom died in August of 2017.
Rest in peace to your mother.
Just different things going on in work and trying to maintain a business, to be a father. It came to a point where
people don't understand working and having a business at the same time, but we'll talk about that
decision
after.
Exhaustion. One of my pet peeves, I knows me, when you ask someone a question and they say I don't know, only to the extent of correct you. Like that. Like, you don't know when I ask you, but you know what you don't want. You know enough. Like, you just said you don't know. How are you correcting me? Do you know how ridiculous you sound? Like, stop.
Because some people are born, continue to reside in, and thrive in the space of negativity.
And people,
do you understand
yes,
what I'm saying?
And people look at, like, okay, so when people see me and they see me like I'm in someone's ass or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
like, or I'm on them or I'm on the phone, they think I'm angry, and that's another misnomer that gets me. I'm not, like, I have more than one speed than angry. Like, there's passion, there's confusion, there's disappointment in there. And
Mine gets confused with anger, but it's mostly always passion.
It's always passion. It's always passion, because passion is a mix of anger and love, and people need to recognize that. Period.
Yeah.
And when you're on these phones,
especially when you're dissatisfied. Like, when you're dissatisfied with the outcome of what you know could be great. Like, I know okay, listen, here's something crazy. I gotta have a stupid luxury vehicle at some point in time, because I feel like that's what I want. But I can't say that to everybody. Or they'll be like, look at this guy, right? Because people don't understand.
Well, all they do is watch other people do well, and I mean consistently. They like they're professional, like, spectators.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean they're content with the expectation. And what happens is,
and
like,
we need spectators.
And we do, like,
exactly.
every sport, because there's no one else to watch. That's why the TV went from paying actors to live TV, because it's just convenient. And
then they had to start paying advertisers in between.
And without a doubt, you know, and it's just one of those things where, if anything else, I try to inspire people that someone, like, you know, the rose that grew from cement.
Yeah.
I wasn't churning my own butter. I'm sure people had it harder than me.
Yeah, yeah.
But most definitely.
I don't give a damn. You had butter and you were churning.
So.
I don't care. It's cream, milk. Listen, this is one thing that actually where I piss people off, and I don't even care. I don't care what anybody else did. This is going to sound crazy.
Oh, don't compare me then.
Because, like, I don't care if it was 1920 and they didn't have boots or whatever. This is 2018, and I got the problems I got to deal with, and I am doing what I need to do in this space, and it's just as hard as it was for them.
I'm trying to keep my opinions in a way, like you said, where we don't lose people.
Yeah. But
my opinion is hard. It's just, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna blame the way society went for this, because when we were kids and it was single mom, it was mom's doing whatever, you got to do whatever. You got to handle it. You got to get it.
And you know what's funny? You didn't really say much, but I understood everything you just said.
It was backwards. Like, you had, and it's, this is going to sound messed up. Like, without saying it, you know my favorite joke, like when people make their kid look like the man that they lost. I'm saying it because it's on TV.
Yeah.
That's what's happening now. When we were kids, we were the man that wasn't there, and it wasn't a perception of. The mothers weren't dressing them up and faking it.
Not at all.
You had to go get some bread for your mom. You had to go.
I had to do some dishes. I bought cigarettes at like 9 and brought them back to the house with a letter.
Feminine products because my mom wasn't away working hard. It was different. Now, the kids resemble the feminism of their mothers because they spend so much time with their mothers. You know what I mean? And that's.
Listen, I know what you're saying,
because
nurturing.
They're nurtured to hell.
And that's
good,
great.
Healthy people.
No, it's great, and that's great, and that's great, and that's great.
No offense, we're not talking about
that
feelings.
side of it.
We're not talking about feelings. Right now, we're talking about business, dollars and cents. You go to the bank, you pay a mortgage, the end. You can love me to death, but you can't take that to the bank.
Love doesn't pay for anything.
It does not pay for anything.
And with that being said, you still have to find what you love to do in order to get paid. So it's a really...
love the people that you care about, you would do like we would do and not let them fail.
No matter what.
Because you're going to be loving them, you know,
okay, that takes me right next to the next question. You know I got the saying, the friend's cleanse never ends.
Yes.
I love the way, because that was, and we had a conversation before this, and I just added the question in. Now, you said you're going to be loving them financially, right? And finances is a very, very important thing, whether you want to believe that it is or not. And being in control of your finances, understanding what it is that you need to do to earn more money, get more hours, become more valuable at your job so that you can get a promotion, make more money, not be on strikes that are affecting everybody's salary across the country, not letting the government increase minimum wage, so now that's ruining you because inflation and the ripple effect makes you outside of a certain income bracket, right?
Yeah.
How important is the friends cleanse?
Well, it's important because of the time. It does boil back down to time, because when you think about what you're processing, what you're thinking about, the conversations that you have with these people, they take away from your ultimate goal. And what I say by that is, if I always use this saying, and you probably heard me say this before, about your 28, right? Or 24, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I use 8. So the 8-hour system, right? So you sleep 8, you work 8. So you have 8 hours to compete with Kobe Bryant. Straight up.
Which was originally number 8.
Which is ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
Kobe Bryant is competing with Michael Jordan. That's why he only sleeps 3 hours. So
and still getting it done. And people didn't understand how I was waking up at 4. Like, after I got lit off Eric Thomas, like, people didn't understand why for 5 years I was waking up at like 2:30. Like, I was just on purpose doing it just ridiculous.
Right, and posting at that early too.
On purpose.
Well, my stepson said to me the other day, he was like, well, because he saw me doing something, and this is, again, for my point.
Yeah.
He had a good point. Like, he was thinking the right way. He's like, well, you're not going to hit your X amount of target peak because the people are on Facebook between this and this and this. And he was right.
Yeah, yeah.
But in his lane.
In his lane.
Like, if
we talked about
if
that.
this was a French test, he would have got perfect, but we're talking English and business, so he had to fail.
That's it. That's why there's an evaluation for everything individual.
Because I'm not pitching my products to consumers. I'm pitching my product to business owners. There's no website for my business as of yet because it's word of mouth business.
And
you're a business owner, I got it, and the other contacts I've gotten.
Yes.
Are like Bentley. I've never seen a Bentley commercial.
Ever. Helicopter. You seen one? I didn't. Ferrari, Lambo. Didn't see them.
We've done 15K in sales this year without a website or a commercial.
Okay. So you got to start building it organically.
So,
Friends Cleanse for me, I can't be wasting my time on people that ain't my people. Like, I mean, I'm just like, listen, when I say that, I mean, like when me and you have conversations, it's like deposit. It's like one of my favorite sayings is, don't make a deposit to somebody who's only making withdrawals to you.
Well, to be flat out honest, between the two of us, the only time we can have more than a 10-word conversation other than text is at 4 in the morning. Because once our day gets on us, we don't have time to be BSing and talking chop. Like, we laugh like we were working out, but that was a time designed in an hour. It was scheduled in.
So now the thing about it is some people message me on a sidebar like, I've been messaging you for a week, and I'm like, but you ain't showing up.
Dude, I was paying you for workouts, and I still had to message you twice, and it was business, and people don't, and I didn't take it personally.
And we were both back and forth, and it just never. So emotionally, you got to move that stuff to the side. You got to cleanse the friends that just.
But my posts go up between 4:30 and 8 because the people that I'm targeting are up at 4:30 and 8. If I wanted to talk to the people that were coming up after work looking for the gossip, I know when they're going to be there. The saying is,
that's why. Why do you think we do the show at 5:30?
I
was going to do it earlier. I'm like, I ain't going to be ready for it yet.
I've done so much. I get up at 5 on my day off. Like,
I can't even listen. I messaged you at 4:27 this morning a.m. You answered me back. I didn't expect that.
When did I text you the pictures of the shirt?
Midnight.
Thank you.
So the thing about it is. That just kind of goes to show you guys at home, like, this isn't even something that we're doing just for the camera, or it's not conversations that we don't have.
The Friends is not deliberate. Like, when he says
it's not deliberate. Okay, thank you. Can you explain that for me?
You're looking at two people you probably see in a day, and I'm telling you this without doubt. He is cocky and I'm an asshole. And you know what? I've heard this enough, Phil. I'm going to say it, okay? Like, look at when he dyed his hair, we laughed because we knew what he was doing it because we don't care. Like, it's not rude. No. Not with those feelings. We don't
please
care.
Say it. Please.
Because with French Cleanse, listen, it's like people that aren't messing with us from time to time, we're the same people. We still have the same jokes.
Yep.
We still, like, there's nothing changed. Our physique and our pockets.
Yeah, that's it.
But people,
and that's what you should be building.
If you know that you're going to feel uncomfortable being around us for too long.
Yeah,
if you're not on your game.
Yeah.
We don't cleanse friends. Like, listen, it's a
self-cleaning system.
Like the pot. Like, listen, we don't even touch the toilets like a personal bathroom. It's just walk
automatic.
Up. When you're done,
it just cleanse. You're gonna get cleansed. It's like a baptism. You know what I mean? Like because listen, either you're going to or you're not.
And it's gonna sound so arrogant, and it's meant to be funny. Like, literally in your life, like. Don't take this from us. Like, I bet anyone's watching us has 3 people in their life that they wish like hell they could get out of their life. But they don't know how.
Hey, Kanye said, I know it's corny, you wish you could unfollow. I know it's corny, you wish you could unswallow. So, like, listen, the reality of it is that you've wasted your time on people in the past. Don't keep doing that in the future. When I put up that post the other day where the Power Rangers met the Ninja Turtles, I said, stop letting people. I posted that 2 years in a row. Stop letting people take up time.
I'll keep it all the way 100. Like, I live with my mother. People know that for years.
Yeah.
I spend time with my uncles, my sister, my family. I love.
Yeah.
Like, I talk to my sister every day.
Yeah.
But there's people that were my blood family that I kept around because we're blood family. But it's like the Burger King, McDonald's thing. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and war with you because I like Pepsi and you like Coke. Because eventually, I'm not even going to enjoy my drink.
Exactly.
So what happens is, again, with the explaining stuff to people, they're around me because God said so. I understand that. But when I'm trying to make business,
that's a great point, by the way,
bro. When I told you straight up, like, when I have a business problem, I call you or Dennis flat out.
Period. My
business partner Jose is someone, and shout out to Ford City Financial.
Yeah.
He's a person that's been a friend since high school, and if you ask him, he's one person that I thought I was going to cleanse as a friend.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to be a business partner with me, and literally there's days like I think he don't even like me.
Yeah.
He thinks I don't like him.
And you know what? Listen, in business, if you don't have that type of relationship where it's kind of edgy, then you're not even making any progression.
Compromise when two people don't feel they got over.
I watched the episode with Grant Cardone and Jared. I think that's his homie's name. And he's like, listen, I be hammering on Jared. Like he was like, Grant's like, listen, Grant's like this. I was making sales. I was doing sales 10 years, 20. Brought Jared, seen his potential. But if he don't work to his potential, I'm on him.
Kobe Bryant said it even better because he's had the Dwight Howards, the Andrew Bynums, the Smush Parkers.
Yes.
And the question when one of his his interview said, what do you do when you get up? He said, because your passion speaks for itself, the Mamba mentality and all this nonsense.
I'm shooting 80 shots after the game because I missed
2,000 makes before a game. Like that's another day of success. But he said,
I message Chris sometimes a Sunday night like, yo, did we do the tanning and did you get the thing? And so much that did you get some? I know sometimes like, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, listen, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's midnight. I just woke up, thought of 9 things, messaged them all, and guess what?
All important
He'd be like this. Got it, finished it, did it, have 2 more of those, 6 more booked for the end of the month.
Because
like
the worst thing for him though, and he's on blast in the corner, shout out to Chris, but the worst thing for him, but the worst thing for him would be for a conversation you have to have after that, for him not to do that, and you be right, and the way you're gonna come, like I done told your ass.
I'm a hard person to deal with. Shout out to my fiance too. I'm a hard person to deal with.
I love you, baby.
You know what I mean? Like I have a very specific end goal. I know that we're going to have to make adjustments on the way there, and I want to spend as little time on bullshit.
You can't adjust the bolt on the plane mid-flight.
You're going to die.
Thank you. They don't do that.
They don't do that. Or they just don't fly. They go like this.
No, thank you. There's one loose bolt on this whole ass plane.
We're going to be 6 hours, or you can get a rain check, or whatever you want to do, but we're not dying.
No, we're not. And the product don't go out.
Okay. That was good. What characteristics do you think that you have to possess to survive in business in this particular climate and this particular day and age?
With this particular climate and day and age, you most definitely have to be different.
Yeah.
You can't be worried about people not liking you. If I was to think that, I
like that you said it because that's something that you really can't be worried about. I mean, just in life in general, but really in business, you can't really. Ain't nobody. Everybody ain't gonna like you.
No,
you know what I mean?
And I spent a lot of time trying to get everybody to like me because I thought that ultimately at this point it would be needed, and that again is part of the friends cleanse because. Like, I have people that, and I'm going to say
convenience cost. It might cost you a friendship.
When I was broke and I was getting orange cards, I could name the people that were in my ear-face conversations thing every day. I'm out here busting my butt 18-hour days. Like, I don't hear, my phone's dry for that.
Dry. But guess what it's lit for?
I did, yeah.
Business.
And it's not because that I'm not dumb to whatever, because they know that they can't stay like a candle next to the sun. If you're in a dark-ass place, the candle seems bright as hell. But you're standing next to the sun, like,
he said, what he said is like, you a candle in the sun. Yeah. That shit don't even out. Right. And it is what it is. But you got to know your position. I think that a lot of the times what it boils down to in this climate, in this day and age, and what you got to do to survive is you got to be seen.
50 Cent, Puff Daddy, Kobe Bryant, like straight up, like we watch him anyways. Kim Kardashian, like let's not sleep.
Warren Buffett.
Bro, let's not sleep
listen,
on
I
Kim
was watching
Kardashian.
a Warren Buffett. I want to hear like Kim Kardashian, but check this out. Me and Chris were watching this Warren Buffett interview, right?
Yeah.
He had. I think it was Bill Gates and Chris. Who was it? It was Bill Gates and was it? There was another really, really important person in that room. But remember, they had product placement. One person had a cherry Coca-Cola. The other person had a Diet Coca-Cola. The other person had a Dasani, which is made by Coca-Cola. They're all millionaires sitting at that table. They will never waste each other's time to do anything like they were doing at that particular moment in time. But they know how important it is to be seen, be in everybody's face, have product placement, be aggressive. This is
product placement, our products.
Okay? And listen, you have to, listen, you can work a job and be capped on the amount of money that you can make. But see, like in the Flex organization, those guys are so blessed because...
You said earn, not make.
Earn. Right? And see, now you're going to be capped. Yeah. But if you are in a position where you are in control...
Correct.
Control...
Which is key.
...of your life, then you can create based on your decision and action, DNA, we all have it, your decision and action, and shout out to Danny because that's his actual company name. Yeah. He does all my stuff. But, you know, you can decide how you're going to live financially. How much vacation you're going to be able to take. What kind of car you're going to drive. Or you can let life beat you up and go, there's no jobs. They don't have any money. Right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you want to survive in business in this day and age, you got to possess resiliency.
Oh, bro.
You got to have endurance. You got to have willpower.
You have to have fight. Because you're going to get people that are going to look at you with right answers and flat out tell you no.
Well, because people will go support anything that they don't know, but it's really, really hard for them to get behind you and support you.
Oh, yeah.
And you need that momentum, as you spoke of earlier, in order to pick up the pace and survive in business.
And you just got to love it. Like, and it's one of the things.
You just got to love it.
You do. You have to absolutely love what you do and be obsessed. Like, you have to not... You know, people have that, crazy obsession, all these negative connotations because they don't want to be labeled and the stigma that goes with it. Like I said, everybody's so sensitive.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you literally have to be like I have to call 6 o'clock in the morning waiting for this product was supposed to be out. I'm calling the distributor in the morning, like you said to Chris, like wake up in the night, like Kanye West with the Pusha T, change the art at 1 in the morning before the release because he had a vision and the artist understood his vision. And
it just did it.
And it becomes something.
And then you said Kim Kardashian. Yeah. I mean, that's the work ethic.
Well,
I don't care
what. It's deliberate. Her success is very deliberate.
It's intentional.
It's intentional. You can call it trashy and it is whatever, but
you're calling it.
And
but you're calling it. You
can
call it whatever you want to, but you're calling it.
Do you know how many people would change their business structure with what Kim Kardashian is doing versus going to wherever they got to go to earn money to whatever? Like it's the control. Like everybody has.
Same with Kanye. He does the same thing. They're like, he's crazy. This is stupid. His point of views are crazy. I'm like, listen, I don't even care if they are. You're so stupid. You don't even realize.
When the Control song came out, how much buzz took over because every rapper understood and they wanted control of that rap piece.
Right away.
They did. They understood whoever was on that track was in control of momentum at that time.
And that's what it's all about. And you need to understand that. So that's what it takes to survive in this particular day and age, in this business climate. What would you say that you learned from working with me in the early 2000s when we were doing the exclusive fashion, exclusive clothing thing, and just the branch out and what you, because we talked off camera and you said, man, I remember there were certain things that you had said to me at certain times and I was like, man.
At the time I wasn't, sometimes your character brings you place, or sometimes your talent brings you places your character can't keep you.
Yeah,
and that's one of those things. And I remember.
That's being self-aware, you know what I mean?
And at the time I was throwing garbage.
Yeah.
And there was different things going on and I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And people think like overnight is no real thing. I mean, you know that. Like, and I told
it just appears like, you plant a seed, then you see the flower. You never watch the time lapse on it growing.
I saw the way that you were handling your business with the clothing, like people always want to half-ass things, like, and there was a difference, like even with our product, me and you, like I saw you. What are you doing today, Carlos? Oh, I'm just coming from Detroit. I had to go touch product. Like, they said it's this. I have to put my hands on it. I'm not gonna sit there. My name is on this. So
I was flying all the way to wherever the hell else just to touch it.
And a lot of people saw the vacation aspect of it and thought you vacation, but they didn't understand the business. They didn't understand why you were in these places.
They still
and they were
don't.
all specific places to product.
For product touching. Like if you actually went through the timeline and looked at everything, I was just out there, right?
Touching product.
But I want to live.
And the way we were folding clothes with the clothing board and moving the things around, like when things got hot and cold, and the sale board and the promotionals and the contests. Like, and that was you're a sponge. Doug, I remember seriously everything anyone's ever said to me.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you're an information hoarder.
Yeah, and so in those things, like even we talked about with leaving the candle on the day, and you said to me, I respect what you're trying. It was at the end of this.
Yeah.
I was working because I needed to understand that aspect of the business.
So you got to understand, like, we're so tight, but there was such a professionalism about you that I don't even be hired. Nobody works with me that's like my friend from 1980.
No, because I don't even lose him as a friend because the product is, and that's what it was.
But people don't understand that. Like, I'm like, listen, you sure you want to work for me?
Yeah.
Because if you do, right, there's gonna become expectation. There's going to become an expectation.
But my expectation exceeds. So to me, when someone puts an expectation on me, it's rare if you can put an expectation on me that and I'll just put it out there, like not even to throw a racist thing. Just being a black man in this world, the expectation is so high because
I wanted to run outside. By you touching on that, I wanted to run away from all the stereotypes.
Yeah, but
I started thinking and becoming self-aware, and I was like, I don't want to be this.
But it's not even negative. Just because, even being a woman, being a child, being a teenager, there's expectations that are put on you.
Yes.
Socially, whether it be stereotype, whether it be just ignorance or not knowing. Like people can look at me and think because, with blonde hair, people can look at you with blonde hair and think that you don't listen to rap, but that's not the case. That's the best.
Perception becomes reality.
Exactly.
And I think I learned a lot in them early 2000s, even in exchange to what you wanted to learn.
We were carrying ourselves, no offense, like very rich white men.
Yeah.
That were professional, 20-year business, not to take away from it, like we talked about my business. Like you act like Jose said to me 3 times. You act like you're serious. Yes, I do. I act like I'm Walmart. These are people. Yeah, I act like.
How do you think Walmart became Walmart if they didn't act like they were Walmart?
And you know, there's like we talked about before. There's systems, there's keys. You know, engineers make things to keep things. You know, contingencies.
Yeah.
You plan to plan. So if there's a direct system, if there's a direct model.
Yeah.
Like if Andrew Carnegie.
Yeah.
Got a model.
Yeah. Specifically, I'm gonna follow that model.
I'm gonna follow it until it's broken.
I really appreciate. I just want to tell you, like on camera, for real. I want everybody. I really appreciate you as a person for even coming to me off camera and just saying, "Man, I learned a lot from you."
A lot.
And a lot of people don't say that, or they won't say that.
They won't because of the way it makes them feel.
And it reciprocates. I just want you to know those same conversations that we would have. I would learn. It would be a process, a self-discovery process, and I would learn about you and myself at the same time.
But the thing about was not even to cut you off. One of the things that and people don't know, they'll take us because we're driven as selfish or whatever. One of the things why I believed in you for those reasons, like we'll take Still. Look what Still. Look at even conversation.
Yeah.
That turned into a song. That turned into shirts. And
literally that turned into a shirt that was hot. Like still doing it. And look, we're literally still doing it.
Still doing it. And that was one of those things. Like it was something that I said to you when I was in a place where I wanted to be where you're at. And
you literally said at that time, it's funny because I'm having a flashback. We're right on the side of the building, and you were like, "You're still doing this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "We're just getting started."
Yeah.
And if anybody asks me to this day, when they say, "Damn, you're still doing it," I'm like, "I'm still just getting started." Yeah, like, because in my mind,
getting started because it's a revamp.
It's a revamp, and I always gotta restart. Okay, so. BK, what's the nature of your business? What's the name of your business? Everybody needs to know what your business is and what you do in particular.
So this will be my first real, actual live plug. The Royal Fit is a business. It's a complete customization business.
Okay.
I got over wearing Jordan brand and all that different stuff. So it gives opportunity people to be themselves. Like you can come up to me with the brand of something, your nickname, and wear it yourself and get. I
gave away a pair of Jordans the other day. Like, you can have those.
We spend too much time behind brands.
Yeah.
You can be.
Well, we are a brand.
Everybody's their own brand. They bring something unique to themselves. So that's what I want.
They bring something unique to the world.
I want them to be able to do that, and I want to be able to express myself.
Yeah.
And we do digital media, print, stickers.
You're doing some stickers he's doing some stickers for Flex Fitness right now for the we have tanning available now. So so you can actually what is it, Chris, the shade test? I don't know. I always talk about tanning. I have no idea. Chris is the tanning expert. Come to Flex Fitness. Ask Chris Brookbanks about tanning. I don't know about it.
We sponsored teams for Windsor Central Little League. We did the whole entire division, minor, major.
Yeah.
We sponsored teams.
I also sent you that thing for his buddy wanted the reversible jerseys.
Yep.
You can do all that stuff and all the names and all the branding for that. You also are doing an outfit in the gym for me for all the stickers in the cardio room, all the inspiration stickers. So the business is versatile. It's basically just your walking, living, breathing customization.
Well, and it boils down to it. Like I said, with my partner Jose, he brings a brand, and it's not just a T-shirt and the customization. That's the finishing touch. To be flat out honest, what we want to do is we want people to be able to basically start anything. I don't know. I paint well. You come see us. You see Jose. You talk about getting your money right with your business. That's what we do. It's all above board.
Yeah.
You know how we talk about that. So you get your taxes right.
You give me a little idea right here. I'm about to use that service, but anyway, I'm about to take advantage of that service.
You get your money right.
Yeah.
And now you have freedom, which you don't have. You get in and out of thing to be free.
That's that's a different show.
So then you can
getting free.
Right. So then you can get into this. Well, what can I do with this free money? Then you might want to start your business. Now you can get. Now we do bookworking. We do grants. We've already gotten grants. I know how to. I set a template for business plans. Business plans. So I know how to write business plans. So
I'm about to get me a grant, just so you know.
And so basically, we want people to be able to come in, walk through our doors, and walk out.
You're customizing life, basically.
We want people to listen. I see Lunchbox. We want you to pimp your life up.
Yeah.
Like you got people that have Grand Theft. Like what's this Fortnite? I'm killing
Fortnite.
Killing it. They customize their game. Like
killed it.
They upgrade their players.
So right now he's doing custom Fortnite merch right now. So if you need anything customized, I'll put the information in the caption afterwards, and you can message him for any of that customizable.
I want everyone
Fortnite
to have
stuff.
the control and freedom that I have. Like, and you can understand this, like I said.
And you're still working for it.
And I put my 40 hours in, but I like I said before, I've taken for granted my whole life that Batman kind of confidence, do you know what I'm saying? That Superman, I got a tattoo of the Hulk on my leg, because I
got the Superman S right on the chest.
You can't beat me, bro. I beat me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the one that can beat me.
Right, and I want people to have that because I got a couple of friends things that wouldn't, and I don't say this negatively, things that wouldn't even ripple my step, keeping people out of bed.
And
when I hear this, and I've been that guy, get up, get up, and I literally looking at me, I can't. And I'm like, what? You can't? Like, you're down, get up. The next thing is, like, one step in front of the other. The next step is get up. You get down, you get up. So.
And it don't matter how many times you get down, you keep getting up.
But some people, they weren't, one of my favorite sayings is, people operate at the maximum of their skill set.
Okay.
And
it's true.
I've taken a lot of sensitivity classes like peer mediation, peer tutoring, which helps me with this trick. And
it helps you with being sensitive to other people's BS. Let's be honest, man. Because like for you,
at least I don't have to be sensitive if I don't agree.
Okay, so understanding. Okay, I understand.
And I'm not even gonna lie and say I get it.
Yeah.
But it allows me to see people for who they are, because if you came up like us, we've joked about this. The way we were done up, we should not be sitting here.
Not
there's no reason
at all.
None.
Statistically,
there's no reason.
Setting, foundation, environment, nothing.
Do you know how many times Jose's asked me, bro, where did you get this information? Like, I played with you next to you. How do you know about business and industrial psychology and you know what I mean? Like
micro and macroeconomics.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't sleep. Well, you guys are sleeping, and because I want to get better. So.
Listen, sometimes I argue with my actual accountant about things that they missed.
Yeah, because you're.
And listen, I'm only there. Listen, I'm not saying I know everything about accounting, but I'll tell you what I know I'm missing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not knocking any of the work that you do. This is awesome. But
how are you going to hand someone money on a regular basis and not have the idea of the function of that system?
Period. I need to know.
That's my thing.
I need to know.
That's why the I don't know thing drives me insane, because how the hell don't you know? Like, you got a damn smartphone in your hand, walk around stupid as hell. Like, to me.
And the thing about me, for me, and I put this on my status all the time, you walking around with your phone in your hand all day, you ain't getting no bag off that, you're weak. But anyway, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Hurt that feeling, because it might motivate somebody. You got to reset.
How do we contact you? Can we go to Brandon King? You're going to get a Royal Fit page going. Okay. What's the socials?
So royalfit.ca is I've already bought the domain.
Okay. So the Royal Fit, that's coming soon.
That's coming soon.
Okay.
Business cards are out. You can hit me up. I pass my cards out. MrRoyalFit.com is basically at that point, and everyone knows me. You can just hit me up on my personal Facebook because we don't sleep. I got people calling me for shirts 11, 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna lie. At first, I was
bothered by that.
I was an employee's mindset. I was like,
no, I was bothered too. I was bothered
at
too.
11 o'clock at night, and then I had to readjust my own thinking.
Well, you just control your mind. You got to control your mind.
Well, wait a minute. My product is so hot that there's no timeline on the need. Like,
you actually got to know. Bro. You got to know how important that actually is for global domination. By the way,
they put midnight shifts at McDonald's because they don't want to lose product. Now, even though some nights they only serve 3 or 4 people, they don't close based on that.
Exactly. Because what about the night where it's slapping?
No, they just market.
And it's Memorial Day weekend.
They market themselves into more product. If for me,
Christy Carroll messaged us on the page. She said she's interested in some product. See, look. Hey. I mean, we're sitting here right now mid-show.
What's your name?
Christy? What did we just talk about? Okay, what did we just talk about? Mid-show. You see my joint, I see yours, it's slapping. I can't be. So now somebody messages me at midnight and they're like, I want to buy such and such. And I'm going to be mad because, you know what I mean? No. I'm going to be like this.
Thank you.
And that's what you guys need to also understand. We need to take control of everything. Our lives, our finances, our time, the government that we allow to control our money and tax us. We didn't talk about business tax or anything on this particular show, but it's outrageous. Where we are right now, specifically, like I said, in this climate, in this day and age, we have a lot more opportunity to control our lives, our finances, our time. We can own our lives.
Oh, bro, we do already own our lives. We just gotta.
We're tricked into believing that we don't.
Well, and that's one
of
the
things. We're new slaves.
To be honest, to me, what launched this day, which kind of sparked that thing, the way I was feeling today, when I literally had decision exhaustion.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know what that means, is when you got one of my.
That's why I don't have a lot of clothes. Oh, man. I'm sick of deciding on what to wear.
Obama said it right, and when he said that made so much sense to me. About only having gray and blue suits. Like, the time spent deciding what to wear is just...
I don't do that anymore.
That's part of the friends lens, too. Like, all that time, right? You get it back. And I just...
I love that I want that time back.
You do.
I'm pissed about some of the time I spent on some of the people that I spent it on, but whatever. It taught me some things, but I'm never going to do that again. And
like, you got to manage your stress and you got to manage your mind. And I think, ultimately, that's the first thing that keeps people from even believing that they could get into a position like this. Like, because... they're so bogged down with other people's opinions, other people's emotions. By the time they get a chance to self-regulate, they're just surviving the day, and it's one of the things I talk about with my host.
And then it repeats all over again.
I don't want to survive the days. I want to kick the day's ass every day.
Like, I want to murder months. Yeah, like I want to sit back with like something with a high caliber
we're at months,
and
though,
kill it.
And we're at months, and we would be remiss to not speak on the people that are listening to us
yeah.
and say, hey, start with an hour.
Yeah.
Own your hour. Like if you can get back that hour, get it back. If after this conversation you were sitting in your house coat on a beautiful Saturday, if you can get up after this and say, hey, I'm going to put some makeup on because
or do 30 minutes of cardio or whatever the hell. Don't be overweight and not doing anything about it. I talked to a guy the other day, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be negative, but like you said, fight back. And, he's trying to tell me, I can't afford a gym membership, but I watch his timeline. I'm just being real. I watch his timeline. I look at what gets spent over the course of a month on bullshit. Yeah. So I know without a shadow of a doubt, he's running away from the work that exists behind taking the first step. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
Who's killing life right now.
Shout out to Ryan O'Neill. Shout out to all of my clients at Flex Fitness. They're killing it. Shout out to the coaches. The coaches are doing a great job. We got you can get your first week of personal training free with us right now. You can give us a call 519-979-6622. Anybody front desk administration will book you in. You can get a trainer of your choice. We'll give you some nutrition advice, and you can also get a 7-day free pass with that as well. So hit us up there. Shout out to BK.
One more thing I want to touch on, though, actually, just to get people to know, because we didn't touch on it then, and I actually just had this thought.
Okay.
One of the things that I actually love about being a business owner, and you'll understand this, our conversations in your gym.
Yeah.
How did I say that? Like if you know us, when you're like even my Facebook posts, you can control. You have to say certain things.
Yeah.
Our topics now, trust me, if you
they're very condensed and edited and
for
cut.
Sure, and deliberately.
Yeah.
Deliberately. Yeah. But when we were in his business and we were working out, they were not. And I'm gonna say this, and I commented on this. I said to him one day, I said, "Do you know what's worth the price of admission?" The fact that we could say whatever the hell we want and not worry about it.
It is
we
true.
were literally, truly ourselves for the whole time we were in that
whole time.
And no edit, no camera. And you can't be like that. You can't be like that at work. And you can't be like that around your family.
But that's your freedom. That's your freedom.
It was the control to do so. Because if we talk like that at Worlds, they kick us out.
Exactly. And we talk, but if we talk like that,
shout out to Worlds.
And to a lot of places. If we talk like that in a lot of places, we would make people uncomfortable. And that's why kind of being around natural people that winners and wanted to get ahead and, the Tom Brady's and, all these people we talk about that come up in these conversations, the Firestones, the Lincolns, the people that come up in these conversations all the time, those are the people that I think, they're the most hated. And that's where I came up with most hated.
Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality so bad.
Yeah.
Like, I just literally, like I said, like when you get to a point where people are around you and they don't want to compete, like, listen, I'll be the first to say this, and anyone that knows me, like Chris Burkbank, he was one of the first people, Burkbanks, buy my clothing. He knows my passion, and I did the same thing I did now. I delivered his clothes in the middle of the night where he was at, because that's what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
And it was simple as
do what you say you're going to do.
And basically what he said is, he was like, when he has someone that doesn't match that energy, he doesn't coddle them, he doesn't baby them, he destroys them. And the quote was, I'm not here to make a good teammate. I'm here to win championships. And that's all the hell he did.
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. I have that Mamba mentality. If you're not doing what's going to be done, it's not that I'm going to destroy you. It's that I'm going to do so good at what I'm doing.
Make you reconsider wanting to even be near me. Like
literally, you're going to make yourself useless.
I'm going to make I mean in a positive way. I know, because this is I'm keeping it 100%.
Yeah.
You will feel like if you're doing what I'm doing and you can't do it this way, you will consider redoing it
or not doing it at all.
Or like
that's how I am.
My partner Jose asked him how many times he left a conversation with me and was like, F him, blah, 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 blah. Showed up with something so fresh.
Do you know how many people have probably finished a conversation and was like, F him, and then called me back a week later like, let's do that?
He comes back with the fire, though.
Okay, because that's what gives the passion. Sometimes you got to put some gas and a match on him, but he comes back lit.
Bro, he'll leave sometimes. I'll be so like, damn, I gotta call
So look, this is one of my favorite ones. I'm going to end it on this. I'm going to end it on this. But one of my favorite business individuals, and people don't really probably look at him like this because he's a chef, is Chef Gordon Ramsay. He will eat your food. This is the whole, or he won't eat your food, or he will. I mean, either. This is what I love about this transition into greatness and the people that I love. Right? I didn't like him at all. Like as a human being, I was like, this guy is a dick.
How right is he though?
But he's the trillest. Like, when you're, listen to me, I believe that he would fist fight in the Bronx. Like, he's so trill.
Can you imagine serving him some BS shit?
It wouldn't happen. You would, listen, this is
how, you would just throw it out.
This is how well established his character is.
Sorry, we ran out of that.
If you were going to just bring him a dish.
Offer him something different.
You would be like this. You would look at it and you'd go, it's going to Gordon Ramsay?
You should. See, okay, that before I got one more. Listen, my friend, my closest friend, I'm gonna call him Too Tall. I love my friend.
Yeah.
Says to me this all the time. Why in the hell can't people take a damn hint? If you see Gordon Ramsay and you hand him some bullshit food and he blows your head off, tape it for me because you deserve it.
You deserve it.
You don't know. You should know who the hell you're dealing with.
So this is the last quote. He goes like this. He's got this blog where everybody, they take pictures of their dishes and they go, what do you think, Gordon Ramsay? So Yusuf made these eggs. He's like, what do you think about my over easy eggs, Gordon Ramsay? It's like, at Yusuf whatever. He goes, dear Yusuf, you're useless.
What is that quote for today? What's our quote for today? We're not on the same page? Look at that.
You need to remove, and I'm going to actually end it on this. I know I said that 10 times, but this is how I'm going to end it. You need to remove from your life the day-to-day problems that absorb most people. For meaningful parts of their day, you'll see I wear only gray or blue suits. I'm trying to pare down decisions. I don't want to make decisions about what I'm eating or wearing because I have too many other decisions to make. You need to focus on your decision-making energy. I call it your decision-making bank, which is crazy because you're spending decision dollars. Okay? You need to routinize yourself, which means you need to have a routine that you go through on a daily basis. You can't be going through the day by day distracted by trivia. No. I don't do that. No, I don't do that.
That's that stuff I don't like.
Thank you for coming on today. I appreciate you. I really Shout out to Chris Brookbanks behind he's producing today.
Shout out for everybody that watches this today and decides to do something a little bit better for yourself. Like, you might not hear it because the people around you are not going to notice your change. You'll notice your change first.
And then they won't be your friends anymore.
Hustle until your friends ask if you're hiring.
Don't listen. On that note, hey, listen.
Have you had haters trying to get a job from you, dog?
I've had haters start liking me. Don't get lost in the sauce because the whole entire world is. Thanks, man. Thank you for coming on.
I love you, baby.